Using easy to understand examples and very simple language, this video explains sales funnel and corporate sales. This video is useful for management students as well as professionals who want to simplify their sales effort and make it more effective using specific indicators for each sales step. These indicators will let you know if the sales effort is going in right direction or not. If you want, you may subscribe this channel for more videos explaining important marketing concepts in easy to understand language. So what exactly will you learn here? You will first carefully understand about some basics of corporate sales using examples of insurance and consulting services as corporate sellers. This basic understanding will help in grasping details of the sales funnel in corporate sales. This video will also help you to know about precise indicators for each step of sales process. Corporate sales is a form of one-to-one client interaction in which buyer is a corporate entity and the seller actively tries to sell something to such entities. One example of this is an insurance sales manager trying to sell a fire insurance policy to a car manufacturer. Another example is when the director of a consulting company advocates consulting services to a large retail chain. Now that we understand the basics of corporate sales, we can progress to understand steps in the sales funnel. Sales funnel for corporate sales starts with initial contact. This means approaching numerous unfamiliar potential buyer companies to develop some links with these unfamiliar buyers and to understand whether sellers' products or services can benefit these unfamiliar buyers in some way. The key indicator to measure here is how many cold calls does a salesperson make in a specific time. Lead creation happens if a cold call helps in developing at least one link with a potential buyer and the product or service is somewhat suitable for the potential buyer. This potential buyer is then called a warm lead. Number of warm leads generated by a salesperson is measured. For example, if cold calls are 100, then the resulting warm leads may be as low as 40 or maybe as high as 80. Essentially, these warm leads will be less than cold calls from which these are generated. As you will see later, every step of the sales process results in a smaller number for the next step. This gives the funnel like structure to the sales process. It is therefore called as sales funnel. The third step involves conversion of a lead into a qualified prospect. The link or the connection in the warm lead is developed further to understand needs of the customer deeply. Salesperson thus tries to find out any major barrier to sales. For example, some corporate buyers require a seller to be registered with their company, and this registration process itself can take 1 to 3 months. Such barriers are handled at this stage to result in qualified prospect. Needless to say, the relationship of seller with the potential buyer must grow closer at this time. Number of prospects with a salesperson indicates the success here. The fourth step involves submitting the sales proposal to the buyer. Mostly, a seller takes some time before submitting a proposal. During this time, the salesperson conducts three activities. A. Identification of the key decision makers at the buyer's side. B. Making the business relationship stronger. And C. Determining the right time to make the proposal. These are done in different ways and can vary as per the context of seller and buyer. We can understand this with our earlier example of a general insurance company trying to sell fire insurance to a car manufacturer. Such a seller may offer a free fire inspection of the factory and provide a good assessment of fire risk at the factory. If done properly, this can strengthen the relationship and help in developing more links with the buyer company. These links will help in determining right time for the proposal. Similarly, a consulting company may offer certain audit services free or at nominal fee to strengthen and broaden the relationship. The fifth step involves negotiating the terms of the proposal, like changing certain features, finalizing the supply schedule, discussing the pricing, or other important things. This negotiation results in closing the sales and the final purchase. Therefore, the sales funnel includes five steps. First, creating the initial contact by approaching several unknown companies. This is called as making cold calls. Second, creating warm leads out of cold calls. Third, finding prospects from warm leads depending on their requirements. Fourth, submitting a sales proposal after strengthening the relationship with buyer. And fifth, closing the sales using required negotiation. Let us review what we have learned in this video. In summary, corporate sales is one-to-one interaction between a client and a buyer, in which the buyer is also a corporate entity and the seller actively tries to get the order. Five steps of the sales funnel are making initial contact, lead creation, finding qualified prospects, submitting proposal, and closing the sales deal. Understanding the sales funnel is helpful for management students as well as professionals. This video helps management students to understand sales funnel and apply this understanding to a real situation. Professionals can use this understanding to simplify their sales effort. For each step of the sales funnel, there is an indicator using which performance of sales staff can be measured. These indicators will let marketers know if the sales effort is going in right direction or not. Marketers may also use these sales indicators to streamline the sales process. Hope this video increased your understanding about the sales funnel in corporate sales. You may like and share this video. Subscribe this channel to understand more marketing concepts in a simple way. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.